Eva. Good morning, Emmy. Good morning, Benito. Good morning, Addie. Good morning, Olmo. Good morning, Madison. Good morning, Asa. Good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Isaac. Good morning, Leon. Here we go. All right. First thing first, we're going to begin the lesson. We need our promise. Our promise. We need our teacher helper. Addie, go for it.
Participate, be instructed on time, maximize media, include full names, Zoom window, stay eyes on me.
Wow, you are the most efficient teacher helper ever. What is today's date?
Today is Thursday, March 9th, 2023.
Woohoo! That was fabulous. Thank you, Miss Addie. Moving on, we have our birthday celebrations all month long. So little shout out monkey claps to Ruby, Viviana, Isaac, Frank, me. Okay, hold on. I think I might have somebody coming. Hang tight. Okay, good work. Thank you guys for helping me celebrate. And weekly spotlight winners. Let's see who we've got. We have Mr. Ben and Olmo, who, if you stay to the very end today, will get to choose one game to play. Mr. Fayruza, or Ms. Fayruza for amazingly detailed responses, and Mr. Carter for working hard. Thank you so much. Oh, can you see it, Mackenzie? Do you need the Nearpod link?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see it in the chat.
It's okay. There it is. All right. It's in there. And let me let Viviana in. Wow, what a crowd today. All right. Now, thank you, love. Let's talk about it. Guys, you have exactly 60 seconds to discuss this sentence, this statement. All right. So let me read it to you. All right, and if you're just joining us, get ready to join the Nearpod. The link is in the chat. But here, this is what I want to do. We're going to have a little discussion piece. I made a mistake. I think I made a statement that may or may not be true, and I don't understand why or why not. So listen as I read, and then I'll tell you how to discuss. It's best to use a centimeter ruler to measure the length of a real bridge. Why or why not? One more time. It's best to use a centimeter ruler to measure the length of a real bridge. Why or why not? Why or why not? Okay, so teacher helper, Miss Addie, you get to unmute, state your answer, and call on some friends to share their thoughts. Go.
How about Emmy?
Go ahead.
Okay. The answer is you shouldn't, because the bridge is too big and centimeters aren't big. Have it on centimeter. You let me. I agree with that, because if you have a ruler, you measure the bridge, it's gonna be too big. Because what if it's too big and you have a small ruler and trying to measure it?
Emmy, would you like to call on the next friends? Thank you, guys. Thank you, Addie. Thank you, Emmy.
Olmo and Ben.
Ben and Olmo, share your thoughts.
So I thought it would be better to use yards, because yards are big, but centimeters are small.
Is Ben here today? Yeah, go for it, Ben.
We might need a yard to do this. And yeah, we maybe need a yard.
Okay, Ben, would you like to call two new friends quickly? What do you want?
Addie.
Addie already went. Can I have two new friends?
Emmy and
Oh
Matt.
no, Emmy already went too. Can I have two new friends?
Ava and Isaac.
Ava and Isaac, right? Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
So on the centimeter, on a ruler, the centimeters are like this small away from each other, and the big side, I don't know what you call it again, they are really far away from each other. So that's the difference between the ruler part and the centimeters.
Isaac?
I would not use because it is small and little. And you will measure tape.
A measuring tape. Oh, okay, thank you. All right. I'm gonna select the last two group. How about Asa and Johnny? Johnarine. Okay, you guys go. Asa and Johnarine, go ahead and unmute. Tell me what you think.
So basically, I think the smarter thing to do is to measure it using miles. Yards are pretty good, but miles would be longer. And centimeters is too tiny. They're like minimal.
Asa?
I think he's not using centimeters would not measure the bridge. You have to use feet. How many feet it is, and miles, how many feet and miles. But a tiny ruler will just measure half of it, or a little tiny bit. So you can measure with feet or miles.
Okay. Any response to that, Johnny?
I agree with him, but I think feet might also be too small because feet are basically a whole ruler.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts. There are different tools in order to help us measure the length of a real bridge. I think the better question might be, or one of the questions might be, how long is this bridge? Is it a short bridge? Is it one of those Sunshine Skyway bridges that's like miles long? Would you think about what type of bridge it is? Because some bridges are much smaller than others, but I definitely agree, centimeters is not the way to go. So our learning target today is to estimate, and measure the length of an object to the nearest centimeter today, and choose the appropriate tool. After that, we will start to, our next steps will be to measure lengths of two objects and understand the difference between them, okay? Let's Nearpod. I'll meet you over there. All right. And here I am. I'm back. I already have 10 friends in, so let's begin. I will put it in the chat again in case you want to join. I'd love to see everybody in the Nearpod, okay? So let's see. What are we doing? I know. Your first poll is, how confident do you already feel? Estimating. What's estimating? And measuring. What's measuring? Centimeters. What's centimeters? A, I've got this. I can explain. I can explain what centimeters are. I can explain how to estimate. I can explain how to measure. B, I need a little more practice. C, I need help and support. I need lots of instruction and support. Ooh, here come the answers. Wow, we have a few friends who can take over this lesson and explain to us how to measure in centimeters and how to estimate. Estimate, what's that? We're going to talk about that. And if you need a little more practice, that's good too, because here we are. Our essential question, how can we use our knowledge of length measurements in centimeters to estimate and measure using a ruler. Okay, well, first things first, what's a centimeter? Does anybody have a ruler nearby? Hold it up. Show me your rulers. Yes. Oh, look at the measuring tape and the rulers. Great job. There are two sides to your ruler. And yes, the whole thing is 1 foot long if you have a regular ruler. One regular piece of a ruler, right? The one strip. So there are two sides though. We have our skinny centimeters, the tiny numbers, or we have our fat inchworms, don't we? So make sure that you are using the side of your ruler that has the skinny, closer together numbers, the centimeters. Skinny centimeters and fat inchworms. Get it? So make sure you're looking at the right side in order to do it. Now, if you have your ruler handy, can you find the 0 or starting point of your ruler? That's important to know too. Yes, make sure you know where the first line or 0 is. Okay, let's take a field trip. It's an I Spy. If we're in a stationery store, I want you to take a walk around and see if you can I Spy the rulers. Raise your hand if you see a ruler. Unmute as soon as you see it. Ava, go for it. Where are they?
They're like, do you know where you like first spawned it in? Like where you first were in the picture where you see like the colored pencils?
Yeah.
They're right like next to them.
Okay,
There's
let's see.
white ones and like wooden ones. Like
Look
I
at
have.
everybody raising their hand. Did you find the rulers? Wow. Look at the different types of rulers we have. Everybody might have a different type of ruler. You know what I don't see? I don't see the measuring tapes here, but I do see different types of rulers. But you know what? Most of the rulers will definitely have skinny centimeters on one side and fat inchworms on the other side. However, I have to tell you a quick story. I was teaching years ago. It was probably beginning of my career. And I ran to go get some rulers out of our closet and pass them out to our students. And I said, everybody, find your centimeter side. And they all held up their rulers and none of them had centimeters printed. It only was an inch ruler. And I was like, wait a minute, what happened to the centimeters? I had to go out and buy all new rulers for my students because they didn't have any centimeters. Is that silly? We need our silly skinny centimeters in order to make our correct measurements. All right, now, guys, we're going to get into the meat of this. We're going to talk about how to use a ruler and then how to estimate length. Take a moment to look at those 4 examples, A, B, C, D. One of those rulers does not belong. Can you tell which one and why? Ooh, Mackenzie. Which ruler?
C.
Why?
Because the 0 is where it's supposed to be, and then the 1 and the 2 are too close to each other, and the 2 and the 3 are too far from each other, and then the 3 and the 4 are too close to each other, and then the 4 and the 5 are too far from each other, and then the 5 and the 6 are too close to each other, and then the 6 and the 7 are too far from each other.
So are you saying they are not evenly spaced?
Yes, they
Oh,
are not
I get
evenly
it.
spaced, so if you measured it, it would not be right, because you need to put them equally for a correct ruler so you know how many it actually is.
That's right, I agree. How about Ava? Ava, what do you think?
I think the same thing. It's because that block right there is less than 4 inches.
Oh, I see. Now that could be inches, it could be centimeters. Either way, we can tell that that's not an accurate measurement, is it? Olmo, thank you, Ava. Thank you, Mackenzie. Olmo, share some more thoughts on this.
Okay, so I'm picking C because all the rulers seem fine except or letter C? Because letter C is like not accurate measurement.
All right.
Not
all right.
accurate like this measuring tape.
That's right. If we put a prefix on, it's inaccurate. Nice work. Johnny, thank you, thank you. Johnny, do you have some thoughts before we go to the next slide?
Everyone's pointing out letter C, but is anyone looking at D? Seriously? You're supposed to line it up at the 0, not the 1, okay?
What if that ruler broke right there? What I taught my students is sometimes rulers break. Sometimes you rub the numbers off. Could we pretend that the 1 is the new 0? What do you guys think? What does everybody think about that? Yeah? So we could literally change that 1 to a 0 and all the numbers after that would change as well, because sometimes rulers break.
What if you don't have a
brother sat on your ruler and broke it at the 7? That could be your new 0, right? Right? I hope your brother doesn't, or your sister doesn't sit on your ruler.
Emmy, please don't demonstrate with your ruler. Why are you smacking your face with the ruler?
Oh,
Please don't do
no. All right, guys. So let's I'm gonna skip this one because we just had a discussion on it. And let's see, if the length unit on the tools is centimeters, which images show shapes that have a length of 4 centimeters? Okay, so look closely. I see 2 of the examples will measure 4 centimeters. One of them does not count up to 4 centimeters. And C, we already determined you can't even tell how many centimeters that is. It's not accurate. It's not evenly spaced. Okay, Asa, name 2, before we go to the next slide, quickly name 2 that you think measure 4 centimeters.
B and A.
Okay, all right, thank you, Asa. Emmy, what do you think? He said B and A.
Okay, I've been waiting to say this because on C, do you know that it actually goes to 2? I measured it how length it is, and it goes to 2.
Oh, so that can't be one of the right answers, could it? No. So which ones do you see? Thank you for sharing that the shapes do measure 4 centimeters.
The
Asa
A and B.
A and which one?
B.
B. Okay. Everybody's saying A and B. What do you think? Let me try. Addie. Addie.
The same, A and B.
Okay. Ava.
So A, it's because it is 4 centimeters, but even though it is a what do you call it again? A rectangle? No, a triangle.
Mhm.
It still is 4 centimeters, whatever shape it is. And B, it does not have the 0. It only has the 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. Anybody think that I might be wrong about something? Guys, Mackenzie's like, yes, Miss Cruz. What do you think, Mackenzie?
I think it's B and D.
Okay. All right.
I think it might be A too, so it might be all 3.
Oh my goodness, guys.
Because the triangle, it goes up to 4 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that one goes up to 4 as well.
Because that's a 0. Yep.
D, you move it over 1. So you skip one number. So you just count. So it's So the 0 is the 1, and then the 5 would be the 4. So that one is 4 as well.
Guys, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Oh, they're giving you thumbs up. You see that? Miss Cruz trying to trick you all. Sometimes you shouldn't listen and use your own thoughts on which answers could be correct. Very nice thinking, guys. All right, good work, Mackenzie. It is important that you understand that you can start anywhere on a ruler, just as long as you renumber the ruler. All right, pups. Let's see. Andre wanted to measure the length of his notebook, but he didn't have any tools to measure. He made a guess, an estimate. Look at this notebook and think about how long you think it is in centimeters. I don't know. What do you think? Type it in the chat. 5 centimeters, 10, 3, 2, 9. Everybody type a number in. How many do you estimate this notebook from the corner to the corner lengthwise? Show me some estimates, which is a mathematical guess with numbers. That's what an estimate is. It's a guess with numbers. All right. Ooh, where's my numbers? Come on, chat. You got this. Everybody type in an estimate. How long do you think it is? We're about to find out in a moment. Come on, chat. Show me what you got. 10, 11, 2, 24. Is that 10,000? Emmy, I'm coming to eat you. 1 foot, 8. So centimeters, remember centimeters. Who's that? Oh, I like Isaac's answer. That's a good answer. Asa, how many centimeters is 1 foot? How many centimeters? How many centimeters? These little skinny centimeters. Okay, here we go. You got your estimate in? Let's test it. Got your estimates. What is an estimate that's too high, too low? Okay, it says record your estimates. So they want you to rewrite it here. And they can give you what's too low. Oh, I don't know. 1. About right, what you guessed. And what's too high? 10,000. Who wrote 10,000? Emmy? At least you make me laugh. I love it. And now, how many though? Everybody fill it out. This is a good snapshot of reasonable estimates. Too low, just right, too high, sort of like the 3 bears. Oh, look at Johnny's. Yep, I agree. Oh, Mackenzie, nice work. Ben, I agree. Oh, look at that. Addie's got good ones. Yep, 1, 20, or 100. Ace is writing his in. Look at Mackenzie's. Benito, excellent. So you think 100 centimeters is too long. 1 centimeter is too short. He thinks 10 centimeters. Okay, moving on. Based on this image, do you want to revise or change your estimates? No? Yes? No? Okay. Let's see. Oh my, it's gonna make us wait. Ooh, it's coming. Nope, skip that. We don't, if you didn't change your estimate. I think we have the answer coming, or I'm pretty sure I know the answer. So hang tight, okay? Look at these objects and think about how long they are. Record your estimates. Estimate is a guess with numbers. Make sure you're estimating in centimeters, skinny centimeters, right, Viviana? When you and your partner, oh no, when you finish, compare your estimates, explain why they're about right. Okay, so just quickly, how many skinny centimeters do you think the length of the glue stick is? The length of the short length of the notebook across the top, and a pencil. Oh, guess what? If you look really closely at the bottom, there is a ruler as a reference. I love referencing. You can check your estimate by looking at the ruler on the bottom. interesting. How long do you think the glue stick is? Let's see. Ooh, who's got an answer? Addie. Oh, Olmo has 6. I see 3. Emmy. Now, if you take your finger and go to the end of the glue stick and go straight down all the way to the ruler on the bottom, you can check to see how long it is. Where does the end of the ruler stop? Stop. Where does the end of the glue stick stop on the ruler? Oh, Addie, good work. Oh, Isaac did it too. Madison, nice work. Oh, I love it. You guys are doing amazing. Yeah, the pencil and the notebook are about the same, aren't they?
Don't look at mine to cheat, okay? Don't look at mine to cheat.
Oh, Johnny. All right, I'm coming. All right, the next thing we're going to do is very nice, very nice. I don't have all my answers in, but that's okay. The next thing we're going to do is really study the ruler. It says, look at the edge of this ruler. Our rulers here start on 0, but some have a little space before the 0. Do we count the space before the 0? Nope. They shake their head. No, no, no. Our measurements will not be accurate if we include the extra stuff before the ruler. So you need to start on the first line and make that your 0. Okay. Line it up. Not the edge of the ruler if there's nothing, there's no line there. Next, what are we going to do next? Measure each object with the ruler. Oh, okay. Have fun, guys. Practice measuring the length of each object. And here's where you get to double check your estimates. And you would line up the end. And I love the ones that draw lines, little tiny lines, to make sure that their eyes are in the right place on the ruler. Yep. Oh, look at that. Nice work. There goes Johnny. Come on, Johnny. There goes Olmo. All right, Emmy. I like it, Addie. Nice work. I have a couple of different measurements. These are not estimates. When we have our ruler handy, it's no longer an estimate. We can confirm the actual measurement when we do have our measuring tool. When we don't have our measuring tool, then it's an estimate. We make our educated guess using numbers. But if you have your ruler, that's an accurate measurement, as long as you know how to use your ruler. So the correct answer is 8 centimeters for the glue stick, 25 centimeters for Mr. Notebook, and the pencil, making sure it starts on 0, 20 centimeters for Mr. Pencil. Nice job. Ooh, you guys are good. Excellent job. Estimate the length of the pencil. Oh, all right. This one, remember, this is a shortened pencil. Somebody's been sharpening it and shortening it. Make a quick estimate. How long do you think it is? Viviana, you can type in the chat too. How long do you think Mr. Shortened pencil is? The full pencil that wasn't sharpened was 20. So what do you think a sharpened pencil is? If the whole pencil measured to be exactly 20, what is an estimate, a guess with numbers, of how long a shortened pencil is? Ooh, look at all those answers coming in. There's Johnny's, there's Mackenzie's. Mackenzie, it's longer, or did you want to reverse those numbers and say 12? Because remember, it's shorter than 20 now. Okay. In 5, in 4, 10, I see 10, 15, 10, 9, 10, 1, 10, 15, 12, 10. Okay, right. Measure to find the actual length using Mr. Centimeter ruler. Now you will confirm your estimate by using, oh, look at the lines. Yes, make sure it starts on 0. I hope you double check the beginning of the pencil. And then you can draw your line to show the actual measurement. It is shorter than 20, wasn't it? Because it was sharpened. 17, 18, 19, 20. 3 centimeters shorter than it was before. I can compare. Nice work. Okay, once again, estimate. What's an estimate? Who knows what an estimate is? Olmo, explain what an estimate is.
A guess.
Using
Numbers.
Yes, very good. And how do we confirm our estimate? How do we check it? Ava, how do we check our estimate?
We just look at the ruler and redo how long the pencil is.
That's right. Bring out your measuring tool and then double check it. All right. Let's see. Today we're almost done. Today we practiced estimating length. We used rulers to measure the length of objects in skinny centimeters. How was measuring with the rulers like measuring with other tools? Some of you used tape measures as well. How is a little different? What do you think about when you're making your estimates? I mean, look at your sofa, look at your chair, look at your bed, look at a marker, look at your laptop. If you don't have a measure, look at those objects. If you don't have a measuring tool handy, you would make an estimate. I think this is about so many centimeters long. Okay. Following today's lesson, now that we're all done, how much more confident do you now feel estimating? And Olmo told us estimating is just making an educated guess using numbers and then confirming using a measuring tool to determine the length in centimeters. Whoa, look how many more friends have joined the I've Got This group. Excellent. All right. And for those of you who need more practice, guess what? I'm going to share the Nearpod with you and you can do a little more practice on your own. Here is a game that is in the Nearpod. So it would be great if you logged into the Nearpod later today on your own and you can play this game at the end. It's called Strolling with My Nomies. Yes, Strolling with My Nomies is a measuring game. It's super easy, super fun, and it talks about estimating and measuring in centimeters. Okay, so make sure that you log into the Nearpod later when I share it. Thank you for learning with me. It's time to play our game. I'm so excited.